How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good. I was watching you this past weekend. I was watching the New York show where artists go out on stage. It was like Welcome Back New York.
Yeah.
And they were like, Kane Brown, you walk out and you had some kind of wolves, wolves on the back of your shirt.
Yeah, it's Kaiser Clark. It was bad because I was so late for the airplane that I just grabbed my show suitcase and all I had was cut off T-shirts.
Oh, I like the shirt. That was my point. I was like, hey, I like
thanks.
the shirt you're wearing up
Kaiser
there.
Clark.
Yeah. Was that a pretty cool event? Because it seemed like there were a lot of like massive stars backstage just hanging out.
Yeah, but we stayed in a tent with like 6 other artists, and then I forgot the guy's name, but the huge opera singer.
Oh yeah, he's blind.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bocelli.
But
Andrew. Yeah. That's
Andrew
him.
Bocelli.
yeah,
So,
you met him?
Well, I didn't meet him, but
Oh.
we heard him from like 5 tents over, and then he loves to warm up in warm weather. It was already like 90 degrees outside, so they turned off all the air conditioning for the tents. So you had so many artists complaining, and they were just like, well, he's the first one that goes on. So it was like 105 degrees in there.
So
my
Bocelli
goodness.
made everybody else sweat.
Yeah, it was bad.
That dude gets up. I saw Kane was going to be on, so we're watching the concert, and Bocelli then pulls out a flute.
Yeah.
He starts playing that. He's like, oh, and then he pulls out a flute. Like, what does this guy not do?
Yeah.
And then, well, it's good to see you again. I also saw you had that new family hat on. Is that like a new color?
Yeah, we got like 6 or 7 different colors, and we went with corduroy. Felt like it was more like designer. But I see you rocking the Miracle hats, and my boy's the same one that does all of it.
He sent. Oh, you're right over there, Amy?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, he sent us. He sent me Miracle, and he sent a couple family hats. And I was gonna wear the family one, but I was like, I don't want Kane thinking I'm like stealing his, like his
No,
brand.
I would have posted you. I'd been like, hey, Bobby's rocking it. I was going to bring you one today, but I only had the samples. I was like, I could give him a sample. But
Next time.
yeah, I got you.
I was talking to Shy Carter recently, and he said that, you guys had like done a writer's house, and you guys were all hanging out.
Yeah.
And that they were downstairs, and they were writing Heaven, and you were upstairs, and you came down, and he was like, we finished it, and I said, it was a compliment to you. I said, and Kane didn't ask to like hop in and write a line, even to get credit. And he said, no, he didn't. He said, you guys wrote that song. That's a song we're going to do. I thought that was really cool of you not to go down because a lot of artists would actually do that.
Yeah, well, I found out that you could do that after. But it's something for me. I try to be nice and because that's their job. So I don't want to take, you're taking a percentage of that. So that's why I started a publishing company. So now if I'm not in the room, I still get a piece.
Yeah, he said that you were upstairs writing a different song. You guys had all been, you gathered some really good writers together to all write. And then you came down and you were like, oh, cool, I like that song.
Yeah.
And so, dang. When you cut that song, when you cut a song that you don't write, because you do write so much, do you ever just want to write songs that you cut? Is it ever 50-50 and you're like, well, since I wrote this one, I think I'm going to go with that?
No, to me, it's just the better the song. It is harder to talk about it. Because you just got to talk about how it takes you away as a song. But I would prefer to be a writer. You
still writing a lot?
Yeah, I've got so many songs for the album that I was supposed to be releasing, and I just keep second guessing myself and keep trying to outright what I've already had. It's been brutal.
I think I credit everyone posting their snippets of songs on Instagram now because everybody does it. But I credit that culture to you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you credit that culture to you?
I don't take credit. But
Okay, I'm going to credit you. And here's why. You were the first one to openly go, we just wrote this song on, posted here.
Yeah.
Work tape. Check it out.
Well, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't ever pat myself on the back.
Well, I'll do some patting for you because everybody does that, and I like it. And sometimes the songs don't make, heck, most of the times the songs don't make a record. But people are still putting them out. You ever do one of those and people go up and request it? Like, Kane, play this song. You're like, well, I never actually released it.
No, people, they'll ask me, like, when are you going to release this song? And I feel bad sometimes because I'm like, that song's never getting released. But, like, I have one song that I released 5 years ago that I know I'm going to release it. It's going to be the opening of our new tour. And like I said, I teased it 5 years ago, and it's about to come out.
You've been holding a song for 5 years?
Yeah.
Why haven't you cut it yet?
We just didn't think I just didn't think that it was going to make it. Like, it blew up on my Facebook whenever I was doing all the Facebook stuff. It was a huge song for my Facebook. I just never released it.
How many songs are you sitting on right now for this new album?
We have 9 that's cut. I want to do like 15 or 16 songs for that album.
How many written?
45 or 50.
But then what happens to all those songs?
They just sit there.
But
maybe 5 years from now, I'll release one.
But they just sit there. Do you make them available to other people? Like, will you pitch them out to other artists?
Yeah, if another artist came and cut it. But usually, it's the industry's kind of weird because if you come in as an artist, but you're already a writer, then people will usually be like, okay, I'm going to take the song because they know you as a writer. If you're not considered as a writer before and you don't have many cuts, they're usually like, well, if he didn't want to cut this song, then why should I cut this song?
Isn't there a little bit of clout, though, to go, like, somebody comes in for an interview. They're like, I didn't write it, but Kane Brown wrote it. Like, doesn't that kind of make the song cooler? What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I would.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a talking point.
Yeah.
This song won Mississippi. So tell me the story about the guy that you kind of brought in to write it with you.
Yeah. So I felt like this kind of just like was cool. His name's Levon Gray. Lived down in Alabama. He drives 7 hours here every time he comes now. But he messaged me on Instagram. He tagged me, Blanco, and Jimmy Allen of him singing, and he reminds me a lot of Blanco Brown, his voice. And so I told him, I was like, hey, man, I'm starting a publishing company. Would you want to come up and just write a song with me and see if you could fit in? And he was like, yeah, I'd love it. So we got him up. I texted Jesse Frazier and Ernest to see if they wanted to write and jump in the room with me. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm going to let you kind of take the reins and just see how you would do in the room. So he came in, he brought the title. Him and Ernest just started going back and forth. They were just getting my opinion, yes or no. And we got the song, and then after Sony heard it, and we showed it to a few radio people, they were like, this should be your next single. For me, I was kind of nervous because I was like, this is my third album that's about to come out. Like, I want to pick the song that represents it, which I had a song called what is it? Leave. Don't My Love Won't Leave You Alone. That's the one I wanted to release as my first single, but it's kind of a slow ballad. So when we heard that radio loved it, I just thought to myself, I was like, man, I could possibly change this dude's life by just putting this one single out there. And then everybody just started telling me they loved it. And then now me performing it for our rehearsals, I've grown to love it even more. It's huge live, so I can't wait for them to hear it.
So did you like the guy as a writer?
Yeah.
Is he gonna work with you anymore?
Yeah, we signed him.
You did sign him?
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask that straight up, and you'd be like, nah, we didn't sign him.
No, we signed him, yeah.
That's so cool.
For our listeners, what does that mean to own a publishing company?
It just means that I can give other opportunities to people. Like if you like to write songs or if you can tell stories, especially in country music, you have a chance to move to Nashville and you just get paid to write songs.
I saw you on the Home Edit show. Those are our friends that do Home Edit. We know both of them. Is your house still that organized?
Only because Caitlin. Without me, it wouldn't have been. And I know I look I'm so thrilled that they came out to our house because that was like her dream. But it was the pantry, so I know I look thrilled in the Netflix show. I was trying to be happy, but I was like, if you come back into our closet, like you'll get some more enthusiasm out of me.
You have a lot of shoes?
I have a good amount of shoes, but I have more clothes than anything.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you have to? My problem because some of the shows that I would work on would provide a wardrobe, and then I just got to keep it. Mm-hmm. And I would never wear the stuff again, but it would stay in a closet. And so now I'm trying to kind of move some through and donate some of it. Do you have to move clothes in and out, or are you just keeping it all right now?
Man, honestly, when I get something, it's hard for me to let it go.
Are you a pack rat in general?
I am. My wife makes me like throw stuff away, and it's hard because like even yesterday, like I wore a Hogwarts shirt to a band rehearsal that I got from Universal. And everybody was surprised to see me in it, but I was like, it was cool with these pants and the shoes. But it's like, I don't know. I just find it eventually and throw it with something.
Are you a Harry Potter guy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I saw recently you had a kid up on stage with you. I think she was 6 at the North Dakota State Fair show. And when you do that, do you already know that they're going to be able to pull that off? Or is that just kind of luck of the dice?
I kind of trust them, and if they can, I just let them dance. I don't know. It's just something about kids I can't say no to. And when I walked out, she was like second row with a big sign that said, "Let me sing What Ifs with you," and it was 10 songs later. But I was just like, okay. And then we started the song, and I remembered. I was like, oh yeah. I pulled her up there, so she killed it though.
And she nailed it. Do you ever do that and the kid doesn't nail it?
A couple of times, they'll be all talking there, and then when you get them on stage, they kind of just shrivel up. But I feel like I've kind of learned how to open them up a little bit.
I want to ask about when you walked in. I compared you to Captain America because in Captain America, you've seen the movie
Yeah,
where he gets
Captain
shot
America,
and then he
yeah.
gets huge and then he's little guy and then he's a massive suit. But you were never as small as that guy, but now you're massive. Like you're
thank you.
completely ripped. So what was this body transformation? Like, was it just you got bored, or were you like, what's the deal here? I'm actually asking for just a friend. That's me.
Yeah, I keep saying it, but I keep. It's not throwing her under the bus, but it was just a funny conversation because y'all know Granger Smith. When he comes out with Earl Dibbles and he takes his shirt off on stage, he's shredded. So it was the 4th of July, and I was on my back porch with my wife and Raylyn, and we're all drinking, having a good time. We started talking about tour, and I don't know if you ever met Ray's mom, but she's as redneck as can get. And so she's sitting there, and she's like, yeah, when Granger would come out and he took his shirt off, my mom was like, oh, Lowdy. and then she was like, and then you would come out and you would lift your shirt off, and I would just kind of laugh. And my wife kind of giggled, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, just wait, I'm gonna get ripped for you. So this whole year, I've literally worked out 6 days a week with my security guard, and I just been doing it. And Gator's been helping me out too. Every time we go play basketball, he's like, "Man, you're getting bigger." I was like, "Thanks."
Are you
motivation? But
are you doing like protein stuff, or are you just working it?
I was doing that whey protein. Comes with like 1,800 calories for each shake. But I just got tired of making it, so I started eating whatever.
Are you going to let this? Are you going to keep this physique, or now that you've done it, you're
Nah,
like, I'm cool.
So I started out at 180, and now I'm at like 195, 198. Trying to get to like 215.
You're gonna put on another 18 pounds?
Trying to.
Jeez.
Like even Granger Smith is not. So
If
I'm
Raylan's mom goes,
speechless.
"Oh Lordy," to you, will you stop?
Yeah.
Like, is that what we need? Do we just need her to come in and go, "Oh Lordy," and then
No, I don't know. It's just a thing that I like to do now.
have to
But I
surpass
got
him now.
I got my security guard that goes with me every day too, and some of my best friends. So it's easy to go when you have people to go with you.
you have a place at your house that you work out, or you go to a gym?
We used to, and then now we go to Planet Fitness of all places. I'm putting a gym in at the house though.
People don't bother you at Planet Fitness?
I go so much they're used to it. They just say, "What's up, Kane?" I'm like, "What's up, man?" So I had one girl. When I was wearing my Converses on the ACM, she came up and just told me my whole outfit. And she was like, "You gotta take those Converse off and put on some cowboy boots."
Well, listen, man, it's good to see you again. Amy, anything for Kane?
I'm still trying to understand how he's gonna get to 215 and what he's gonna.
I gotta eat. I don't eat at all. Like I was in bed yesterday thinking of like what I ate, and I had a bowl of cereal, and then I went and got dinner last night because we were at rehearsals. They messed up my burger, so I literally had cereal, French fries, and macaroni.
Yeah, because like the Rock, or you hear of these people and what they have to consume to maintain that muscle mass. Like you're gonna have to.
I can eat it if it's in front of me, but if it's not in front of me, I don't have to eat. Like I just,
When you're doing these rehearsals, your show is so big now. It's not just songs you're rehearsing; it's stage too, right? Like with lights and.
Yeah. So for me though, like when I watch other artists, they're doing a full show. Like there's people out there. I cannot do it. Like I can't turn it on. Like I have to have the fans out there, and then I just kind of wing it. But I know where not to go if the fire comes up and things like that. So that's just why I try and focus on it.
So that's what you're doing is fire comes up here at this song. Don't stand over here.
Yeah.
That's got to be a pretty cool moment in your career, though, when you can start to afford fire, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the biggest show that we've had. Like I'm so excited for this tour. I've never been excited as I am right now for tour.
And you haven't accidentally been over near the fire. Or you're not too worried that you're going to be so caught up, like grabbing a 6-year-old off stage that she gets caught in the fire. I'm just worried. I'm just seeing. Okay.
Yeah, just gotta remember not to wear too much hairspray.
All right, Kane Brown, new song, One Mississippi. It's good to see you as always.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, keep killing it. And we'll see you soon. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
This is a Bobby Bones Show.